Hi, I'm Roberta. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to make chili jam. We're going to use it to stir fry some clams, but once you've got this basic recipe, you could use it for any stir fry. You could do prawns, you could do chicken, you could even just do a whole bunch of vegetables, some beautiful Asian greens and maybe some shiitake. It's a very versatile recipe. And so long as you're organised and you've done your prep, it's very easy. Now, if you've already fried off your garlic and your deep fried shallots, you're halfway there. You've got the gorgeous garlic oil that you fried them in, or that you created when you fried them. Now we're going to pop that in a saucepan, fry some galangal, some prawns and some chili. Now, a few things I want to tell you. Getting your deep fried garlic and your deep fried shallots done ahead of time is a really great idea. I like to store them in a Ziploc bag lined with paper towel to absorb any moisture or any extra oil, and then just pop them in the fridge so they're ready to go. Prawns. We've told you about the importance of drying your own prawns, but sometimes the commercially dried prawns are better. And this is one of those times because we're going to be frying them, so I think they stand up a little bit better. There's quite a discrepancy in the variety of prawns, the quality of prawns that you can buy already dried. If you're going to buy them, you want a good one. I'm using this brand, which is Grand Continental. It's a Thai brand, and I found it in the fridge section of my Asian grocery store. Don't buy something off the shelf. It's not going to be as good. And look for ones that are a reasonable size. They're still tiny, but they're not coarse little pieces, they're whole prawns. So we're going to use those. And again, I just stored this in a Ziploc bag in the fridge so it's on hand when I need it. Once we've fried everything off, we're going to pop it in my little food processor and we're going to blitz it up with some guppy. And I've already toasted my guppy in a little bit of foil in a hot pan for a few minutes, turning it regularly so that now it still smells quite strong, but toasty and strong. Once that's all blitzed up with a little bit of the cooking oil, we're going to season it with some tamarind water, which I've already made, some shaved palm sugar, which I've already shaved, and a good splash of fish sauce. One more thing I want to share with you that David taught me, and that is when you're dealing with these, I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Let's get that out of the way. When you're dealing with these dried chilies, I was trying to cut them open with a knife to take the seeds out, and David said use scissors, it's much easier. So if you just get in there with the tip of your scissors, maybe this is obvious to you, it wasn't obvious to me until David pointed it out. Cut them open, and then most of the seeds will just fall out. If there's any seeds and membrane remaining, don't use your fingers, you'll pay for it later. Just get in there with a spoon, and rather than chop them up, the scissors are handy for that too, because they are quite tough. So running the knife through them, it's possible, but this is even easier. So garlic and chili's done. I'm going to heat up my oil, fry my galangal, my prawns and my chili. You don't need to see me do that. It's really quick and easy. Then I'll come back and we'll blitz. So here we are, ready to blitz. Our deep fried garlic, our deep fried shallots. That guppy that we toasted. Now, one more thing I wanted to tell you about the guppy. I advise keeping it in a Ziploc bag in your fridge. France actually suggests that you keep it in your neighbour's fridge. That might be a little impractical, so just a Ziploc bag in your fridge, because really it does pong. Okay, in it goes. Our deep fried galangal, our deep fried prawns, they've only been in the oil for about a minute, and our deep fried chili. That smells so good. Now, because it's dark, it's hard to tell when it's ready. So really, you just want to pop it in the oil, 20 or 30 seconds. You'll smell it starting to get quite toasty. Out it comes, onto paper towel to drain. So there we go. I'm going to blitz that. Let's give it a little blitz first. now I just want to add a tablespoon or two of that oil, just enough to get it into a paste. It's still a little bit dry, so I think that's second tablespoon, but really you shouldn't need any more than that. Perfect. All right, we're going to scrape that out, pop it in a little saucepan and cook it down with that tamarind, fish sauce and palm sugar. So here we are. You can see it's a nice coarse paste. Those deep fried shallots and deep fried chilies smell so good. Into a little saucepan with our palm sugar. It is a jam after all. Our tamarind for that sweet sour, and I've also put the fish sauce in there already. So all of that in there. Over a medium-high heat, and let's just get some bubbles happening. Okay, so once it starts to bubble like that, we're going to turn it down as low as we can and just keep cooking it for another minute or so, so all those flavors are nicely married. And it's that easy. Here we have it, our beautiful chili jam, ready to be stir-fried with our clams or anything else you'd care to stir-fry it with. Now, this is full of things that are preserved, so it's going to keep in the fridge for a good few weeks if you want to make a big batch. Everything's cooked, deep fried, there's sugar, there's acid, there's salt, so nothing to worry about. Chili jam, you could open a jar, I know, but when you smell this, you'll be glad you didn't. Enjoy.